Where are my glasses? Do something like that. Why is it reconnecting all the time? Why is it continuously? I might have to take that off. Why is. Hang on, guys. I'm having. Hi, Ashley. How are you? I'm having trouble, Ashley, with my connection, and I don't know why. So bear with me, figure this out. Why? Because I'm inside. Okay, it says. Oh, good, Ashley. I'm glad that you're doing well. I'm going to get into some things here. It's been a while since I did a live. Um, and as you can tell, I'm having a lot of problems here. So bear with me for now. Um, I wanted to get on here. I'm going to start, hopefully, with the way the weather looks. I'm hoping to get back out in the garage, hopefully next week. Um, I don't know how ambitious I'm going to be able to get, but the plan is to do some regular videos. Um, Unfortunately, they're going to be kind of Turbo Buick related, and I'll get into why in a minute. Um, I will get into the sudden rush on it, the Camaro update, my health update. I will get to that. And just anything else that anybody wants to ask questions about or be updated on. Um, Please feel free to comment, ask questions, whatever. I will try to make a mental note of that and touch base with you guys. So anyway, I'm going to get started. Ashley's here. Again, Ashley, thank you for checking in. So many people I want to thank because I'm going to admit I have not been very good with posting lives consistently over the winter. Um, when it's minus 12 degrees out and things like that. Um, Not out in the garage. So there's really not much going on. So I feel like there's not a lot to talk about. Basically, I've been busy with taking care of my mom, other things going on, some physical stuff. Like I said, I'm going to get into that then. But everybody's here at Big E's. It's Big E's Auto. So you want to know what's going on with the car. So that's what I'm going to start with. So let's start off with the number one Camaro race car. Basically, that is just about ready to go. All I have to do is put one ground wire on, and I got to put the other battery, the smaller battery, I have to put back in the car. So that's a matter of, I mean, what? At the most an hour, if that. And then that would be ready to race. That one's ready to go. I may have to check one or two things, but for the most part, the Camaro is probably, I'm gonna say 95% ready to make a pass. I may I have to talk to a gentleman at work. I may be taking that somewhere, strapping it down on a dyno and having some things smoothed out with the tune, although I don't have to, but it might be better if I do. So that's kind of where the Camaro's at. Um, No dates yet as far as when we're gonna get that out. I would like to make it to a test and tune in the spring. I have to see what's all going on. If we're able to do that to make a test and tune with the Camaro to see what that runs. So yeah, might be soon time for me to dust off the practice tree and get myself ready to get behind the driver's seat and start sharpening my focus and my reaction times. So that might be coming as the weather warms up. Hopefully next week it's warm enough I can get back out in the garage. So we're gonna wait and see. Keep our fingers crossed. Um, The big, well, let me back up. Sorry. I'm going to move now to the Corvette. The Corvette is a lot of work has to be done to it. Apparently, there's a lot of paint work, a lot of issues. A lot of stuff has to be repainted on the Corvette. So we're going to drive that on the street. We might do a live, but I think for the most part, we're going to have a lot of painting, repairs, things to do on the Corvette. I talked with some body shop people who gave me some advice. So we're going to sand it down where the damage is. We're going to sand the Corvette down. We're going to um, I found out there's an additive called Flexor. So basically, with fiberglass, you need Flexor additive because fiberglass is it's it contracts, expands between heat, cold, temperature differences, all that. And I think that may be one reason why some of the cracking is happened. So I did purchase some Flexor. I did talk with a couple people on how to mix that with paint, and turns out you have to mix it with the primer, the paint, and the clear. So we're gonna see how that all turns out, see if that can be how durable that is over time, if that adds life to the paint job by putting this Flexor in. So there's gonna be some videos on basically sanding the Corvette, crying because of the whole thing of, "Oh, I'm gonna ruin the paint." I know, I don't look forward to it, but I have to do it to fix it. I'm gonna have to sand the hood. I wanna check if there's cracking in the actual fiberglass structure itself. If there is, I have to mix resin, and that could be a whole other thing. So I'm hoping it's just a matter of that's just the paint that cracked, just sanding that off, feathering everything out, and then repainting it with the Flexor additive. So we have to do the roof, we have to do the hood, and we're also going to remove the rear wing, and that has to be repainted as well. So again, a lot of painting work, a lot of repair work on the Corvette as far as paint wise. So we'll get to that eventually. Um, Jed is here. Uh, let me just make sure. Okay, so um, moving on as to kind of not so much panic mode, but highly concerned is the Buick. Um, Basically, the front header panel is sanded. It's basically ready for primer. It's smooth. However, upon me thinking I have to do the bumper fills as well because I only used the generic silver on the bumper fill panels that are on the front of the car. So now I got paint that has been paint matched to the factory. That, as you know, it's close, but it's you never get it right because of the fact of you're basically painting next to because the next panel has 40-year-old paint on it, and now you're putting brand new paint on. You're not going to get a perfect match. You just don't. So, with that being said, if I do the header and then leave the generic silver and then the regular original silver, you could potentially have three different shades of silver. So, the plan is to remove the front bumper, basically strip the front end down further, remove the front bumper, scuff up the the bumper fills, and then once that's done, uh, obviously you have to mask everything. I am going to be using a 2K primer, which is a two-part mix primer, primering the header panel, yeah, header panel, and the bumper fills on each side. So that way I could only have one shade difference instead of two or three. Okay. So I have to repaint, even though the paint looks good, I'm going to repaint the good paint, repaint the header panel, the silver that they say should match, and then I'm going to clear it. And then I have to put the factory pinstriping back on the car. at which point we can reassemble the grill, reassemble the bumper, reassemble the air dam, reassemble the headlight bezels. So yeah. I think the last time I talked to you guys, I put new tires on, stock size, brand new directional tires in the front. We have the biggest tire you can fit on the stock wheel. We have that on the rear as a DOT street legal slick. So that way we could drive the car on the street, but then also we can load it up on the trailer, take it to the track, and the tires, if you heat cycle them, they will stick far more superior than a regular street tire would, as a street tire is much, much harder of a rubber compound than these cheater slicks are. The slang name cheater slick, but it's a DOT legal slick. It's the same, it's close to the same compound as a regular racing slick, but it has grooves in it like a street tire would. So therefore, it's considered to be a Department of Transportation legal. So that's what we have on the car right now. We also need to figure out. I'm anticipating some issues uh, with the suspension, with the tires. So I'm in the process of coming up with something that would work, but not be too invasive to do the suspension so we can launch the car safely, but then also have the car doesn't tear itself apart either. So, kind of where we're at with that. I will have videos. Like I said, I'm going to be posting videos on the channel. I still have to do valve cover gaskets. I'm going to see if I could do a video showing every step of the process of repainting the front of the Buick. We have some other challenges now with the cold weather. And then April 4th is a Buick only race at Maple Grove, I just found out. So that's why I kind of in a state of panic to get this done. So now I'm in the process of trying to get a body shop heater, like it's on a tripod. It's like a 2,000 watt uh, body shop heater. So that way, when the weather warms up a little bit more, I can keep the garage at a certain, or keep that area at a certain temperature. So when I spray the primer, it doesn't go below a certain temperature, so it can cure. It needs 24 hours curing time before I can sand it and before I can paint it. So, uh, looking into that to kind of help push, do a big push to get this thing done, so we're ready by I would like to be ready by the last week of March, have the Buick ready to go. So we'll wait and see how that all transpires. Um, so kind of crazy about that, trying to see if we can get the Buick done. So naturally a little panicky with that. So see how that is. Um, I guess if it's meant to happen, the Lord will provide a way, one way or another. So that's the hard part. Trusting God that this is going to work. And if it doesn't work, that He has a reason why. And even though um, I won't understand it right away, but that's kind of the attitude I'm trying to take. So, um, and then I don't know, Ashley, are you still there? Hopefully she is. Um, Wait and see. What are you doing, Jet? Jet is up here. Good times. So, I'm gonna check my internet. I'm having a problem with my internet. Let's see. Okay, Ashley, are you still here? I don't know if she is. Anyway, I'm just gonna start in on it. Someone had Ashley was here. She had asked about how I was doing, and I'm gonna get into a little more. Not just, hey, I'm great. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna BS anybody. It has been difficult at best. Um, Last few months. Um, as you know, my dad passed away back in September, and just really has been hard. Of a bit of an adjustment, I guess you could say. So I've been having some issues health wise, some other things going on. I'm lucky to have a friend of the family who's a chiropractor, uh, naturalist. So, um, talked with him, and I had sent something to him about just some health stuff I was having. One of the big things that started was the uh, constant ringing, like a tinnitus kind of situation going on. A couple other things. For people that know, I do have Lyme disease. So I've been doing pretty good for about 2, 3 years. Unfortunately, with everything going on between dad's passing, having to deal with things, financials, trying to help my mom out, and then just everyday life. Because of that, that had, I would imagine maybe it triggered something, whatever. Um, so I woke up on New Year's Day with this ringing in my ears. So, and I've had it before. Yeah, Sadie, hang on. What? No. So, um, the the um now I forgot my train of thought. Don't just let when people interrupt you. But anyway, um, so I had gotten with him. So he has Lyme himself. He's battled it. He's had it. Um, and he's found ways to work with other doctors and other people that have done a lot of research on Lyme disease. So he basically has me on a treatment right now. He's had very good success with it. It's not medication as people would think. It is using different herbs and things like that, natural elements. I started it the first week of January. It's now what, February 9th? Yes. It's now February 9th. I've been on this. I do feel better. There is an improvement. It's taking a little time, it's not overnight. But the good thing is there's no side effects or negative stuff really. So I'm getting used to this treatment. Um, Hoping that everything should be good by the time spring rolls around. I should be in much better shape than I was than, let's say, December. And I have seen some physical things get better. So it looks promising. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed with that. Um, I can't think. I'm trying to think if there's anything else other than, like I said, we're going to be working on the Buick. That's going to be our main focus. Unfortunately, that race is April 4th, which doesn't leave us a lot of time. So um, uh, that's kind of our goal right now is for April 4th. Hopefully by then, I'll hopefully be getting stronger. I'll be more focused. And I'm, like I said, probably the first week of March, maybe before that, break out the practice tree, start training and working on getting my reactions down, trying to dial in my focus. And in the meantime, getting the Buick ready as it looks like that's going to be the first vehicle to hit the track. So we're going to see how this works with having two race cars. Uh, like I said, the Buick will be running in more of a street or sportsman class, uh, more of a street car uh, class racing, if you will. Whereas the Camaro obviously will be more of a race car, modified and faster class. So we're gonna, as you can see, Jetta's losing. Jetta, hey, Jetta, Jetta. So the joys of living near Sheets, where you have people who, come in with their tuners and rev it up and stuff, and she hears it, loses her mind. So yay. So Jetta, hey, Jetta, it's okay. So anyway, so that's what's been going on at Big E's. Nothing really exciting, if you will. More or less just focusing on with the cold weather, and more or less focusing on my health, trying to make sure I'm healthy, so that way I can be in good shape uh, to drive, things like that. Um, so we'll just see how that goes. I look forward to the upcoming season. Unfortunately, thought we were in much better shape, and we were. We were good with the Camaro. Like I said, is still in good shape. Uh, if we don't make this Buick race, yeah, it sucks, but we still have the Camaro that's ready to go. So we're gonna try our best to get ready for the 4th of April. We're gonna try our best to make this Buick only race. We're gonna try our best to see if we can get the car to be consistent. Um, and I think um, if we're lucky, there may be signs that Hank is there. I think he will be. When we take the car out, I think he will be there. At least I hope he is. But I'm pretty sure he will be um, helping us out in some way, shape, or form. He will be, um, and I'm kind of excited for it. So, um, good, Jetta. All right. So anyway, guys, um, I'm gonna close up on that note. Um, I want to thank everyone who tuned in, who watches. Um, I'm not going to make empty promises. Hey, I'm going to do a live on this. I don't know. Um, I will try to do lives more frequently, but um, I can't say for sure yet with everything going on. But I'll try my best and hopefully reconnect with you guys uh, on a better level or more consistent level uh, to make this channel more watchable. So anyway, I'm going to sign off for now. Um, and watch out for each other. Take care of each other. And we'll see you next time right here on Big E's. Bye for now.